Hi, Mickey Quinn here with Retail Level Up. We started our week off with our weekly Monday motivation and a quote from Marilyn Monroe. "The sky is not the limit, your mind is." What a great quote. She took that saying that we are all familiar with, the sky's the limit, and flipped it upside down. The sky is not the limit. It is our own minds that actually holds us back. Just imagine what the talk around town would have been in the early 1900s in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, where the Wright brothers, Orville and Wilbur, were working on their crazy idea to fly. Imagine what the people around town were saying. Do they really think that they can get that heavy contraption off the ground? Gee, I hope they're not looking for volunteers. The Wright brothers had an idea, and they imagined their way into aviation history. Nothing had existed in the form of controlled, powered flight up until that day in December of 1903. But that is the power of imagination. Everything that exists in the world today that was created by humans was actually created twice. First, it was created as an idea or a thought. Second, it was then created by doing, by making it. Richard Branson, founder of Virgin Group, and Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, both had an idea of flying into space commercially, and they both accomplished it. I can just imagine what you're saying. Yeah, Richard and Jeff, they're billionaires. With their money and their notoriety, they can do anything. Well, their notoriety and their money certainly didn't hurt them bring their idea to fruition. But they needed something else, something beyond just money and notoriety to make their goal a reality. They needed something that is available to all of us. In order to achieve any goal, we first have to believe. We have to believe that it can be a reality. Without that belief, you will never get past the 3 obstacles that most commonly pop up when anyone is trying to achieve a goal. I'm going to share with you what those 3 obstacles are and how you can get around them. The 3 obstacles are considerations or trade-offs, fears, and roadblocks. So first, let's look at considerations and trade-offs. Let's say you want to double your income. Well, some of the first things that you might consider are you're going to have to work twice as hard or twice as many hours in order to double your income. Or you may be thinking that your territory is currently maxed out and you can't imagine your buyers increasing what they already purchased from you. Or you might think you're going to have to lower your standards and be less ethical in your business practices in order to increase your income. These are all examples of considerations or trade-offs. These are things that were already existed in your subconscious. They were thoughts you already had about why you shouldn't even attempt this to begin with, or why you thought the goal was impossible to achieve. The good thing is that you have now brought these thoughts to your conscious mind, and you are now able to face them rationally and deal with them so that you can get past these thoughts. The second obstacle are fears, and fears are just feelings. Could be a feeling of failure, or you're afraid that you might look foolish, or you may feel like you would lose the money that you already have. Fears are not unusual. You just have to work your way through them. Anytime we're trying something new or something different, our brains have an automatic reaction to try to stop us from doing it because it's different, and different could mean death. It's part of our defense mechanism. It's the way that our bodies and our brains keep us safe. When you become aware of that feeling of fear, you can bring it and drag it into the light and understand it is just a defense mechanism. And once you acknowledge it, you can rationalize and get past your fears. And finally, roadblocks. Roadblocks are external circumstances. Roadblocks are real-world challenges that pop up. Roadblocks are things that you simply must deal with in order to get through them. Here's a great example of a roadblock. So I had an opportunity to apply for a speaking opportunity. And I made it past the initial considerations of thinking, well, it's a big commitment of time. I'm going to have to commit to working 20 hours a week for the next 4 months. But I decided it was worth it. And then the fear took over. I was afraid that maybe I wasn't good enough to do this, but made it through the fear part too. And then I got to the final roadblock, and that was a technical issue. I had a day to apply for this opportunity, but the website kept having an internal server failure, and so the place where I was supposed to load my video and send my information wasn't working. What was I going to do? I had to work around it. Well, I dug and I found an email. Sent an email off and I got a reply, and they told me how to fix the problem, but it didn't work. And then I dug some more and I found a phone number and I spoke with someone, and they had a different email and I could submit my information that way. Well, I sent off the email and waited, and nobody responded, and the deadline was 3 hours away. And I knew I couldn't attach the video to the email because that would just crash and it wouldn't make it through. But I figured out a way to save my video and my information on a shared drive, and then was able to send them a link in the email. And I got a confirmation that they had received it and I had made the deadline. That is an example of a roadblock. It's a real world thing, a circumstance that pops up that's standing in your way, and you have to deal with it. So what are the key takeaways from all of this? Well, first, imagine. Your imagination is a creation factory, and you get to choose the ideas and the thoughts that you're going to work on. And once you pick the goal that you want to work on, you need to be aware of the 3 obstacles that can stand in your way: considerations or trade-offs, fears, and roadblocks. Don't allow any one of those to hold you back or to stop you from working to achieve your goal. You simply must face them, acknowledge them, and work your way through. Because if you can imagine it, it can be. For more tips like this, like us and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and wherever you get your favorite podcasts. Just search for Retail Level Up. And be sure to visit our website, retaillevelup.com, and sign up for our email newsletter. We do Monday Motivation and Top Tip Tuesday, because we all can use a little motivation right now, and we can certainly use some top tips. Because now, even more than ever, it's time to level up.